Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, where we bring your future favorite artists to you today. And today, I have somebody who not only knows how to bring feeling to your soul, he knows how to quench the thirst for entertainment. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
Good, was good. I go by the name of Jay Wader, singer, songwriter. Like you said, I make music for the people, feel good music. I sing mostly, but I also rap also and write for others.
All right, so let's talk about what I like to call the soulless industry of music. Oh, you're
Okay.
smiling. What does that mean to you?
Well, right now, and not trying to be rude, it's not a lot of soul right now,
You're not being
on the
rude, you're being
mainstream
truthful.
level. on the mainstream level,
That's facts. Because I don't like to talk about the mainstream artists, but I will pull them for an example. We're not going to do too much of that. This is your interview, and I want to hear about Jay Waders. Where is Jay Waders from, and how did his home territory fuel his love for music?
Okay. I'm originally from Chicago, South Side. I started singing at Liberty Baptist Church. It was my mom going to church, and it was a big church. They had a huge choir. And, I'm pretty much at rehearsal. I'm just singing. I'm accidentally learning the songs. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, I was just singing out loud one day, and I was pretty loud. They didn't know if it was, for play or for real. So they gave me something to sing. And my mom kind of knew then, and I've been singing ever since. When I was 8, I made a Ricky Dilla youth choir, but I didn't get to stay and take that on. We ended up moving to Texas. So I pretty much laid my foundation in Dallas, Texas, So Triple D R&B, that's me. Most people know me for that. And I've been doing my thing, mainly in R&B, been making a name for myself.
Let's fall back a little bit into what you said. Most people who sing find they sing in 3 different places and get the same effect. Some people sing by accident in their windows. Some people find themselves singing in church. And some people find that they sing after they write. Yeah. You found your song element by learning rhythm and feeling in church, you told me.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the song?
Songs. I couldn't remember. It was so many songs. I've learned so many songs in my life in church. I couldn't tell you what song it was when I was three years old, but yeah, I was singing solos for the choir. So,
that's dope. Yeah. See the thing about people who find out when they sing, when you find out where they started singing, you know a little bit more about the person than more about the talent. Because a lot of people have almost talent, then you have people that have talent. Bible scripture, it says God gave 3 men talents. One man did not use his talent and buried it. One man used it for a little something, and another one used it to the best of his ability. The one who didn't use it was called wicked and lazy. The one who did it somewhat was like, oh, so you think you know me? Well, here's your punishment, and I'm going to take what you have. But the one who used it to the fullest of his ability is the one that got the blessings, that got everything everybody else didn't use. How did your talent grant you more than just make you a commodity to sing?
That's a good question. My talent, it was already instilled in me, so it was. I'm guessing, the light that was in me. I was just a happy kid, and I wanted to have joy, and I wanted to hang with everybody. So, my way was, singing and goofing off and messing with everybody, whether it was my friends, my mom, my granny, my auntie, because they raised me, you know what I'm saying? So they pretty much let me be me as a child. So with that, talent wise, I got to get that to my mom. She let me express myself. I think that had a lot to do with, me expressing myself young, music, not just church music, radio, rap, but I wasn't doing anything bad. You know what I'm saying? She just let me be me, whatever I wanted to pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to your mom, because most parents don't do that.
Right. Exactly.
You remember Todd, what was his name? Todd Marinovich. You ever heard of that name?
I've heard of it. Todd
Marinovich was a son of a football coach. and he saw his son had a talent. So you know what this idiot did?
What did he do?
He tied his son's right arm behind his back to make him left-handed because the NFL did not have left-handed quarterbacks. So he strengthened his son's arm, and in strengthening his arm, he destroyed his mind to the point where his son did not want to play football anymore. He made it to the NFL, but he imploded because of the pressure of being good. See, when a parent can feed your desire to be you and to express yourself, not only does that feed the need to be more, but it also puts the battery in the positivity of being good and not having to be perfect. Because being good is soul searching, being perfect is a mandate.
Exactly. I feel you on that.
So let me ask you this. Shout out once again to Mom.
Mm-hmm.
What was the song that you sung that showed you that you can elevate yourself by your voice, not just through your harmony?
When I started doing more choral songs and doing opera in middle school.
Opera?
Yeah, middle school, high school.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to state, won gold 1 year and won silver 2 other years. So 3 out of my 4 years in high school. I did my thing or whatever. But I knew then in middle school, like I already liked to sing. I thought being an R&B singer was dope, even though I was in church. I was supposed to be focused. But I saw the R&B guy singing to the ladies, so I thought that was the thing. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. But I guess like back to what you were saying, it's really to my mom. She didn't put that pressure on me, like as you were like. I just came home. Hey, the teacher said we got to be at practice at this time. I got to be there. She's like, okay, the show is this day. She show up. Hey, Mom, we got to be in Austin. We going. And she just let me find out what I wanted to do. I was also in the service too. So, you know what I'm saying? I had a situation where I had to stop singing for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to get my life together.
We'll touch on that in a little bit. That's a whole nother topic of conversation, which is a good one too. Let's go back to what you said about opera. Now you got alto, tenor, soprano, you got all that stuff. What was your key?
Baritone in high school, but I also sung tenor too. I sing a soprano, but most fellas ain't sing soprano. It just depends on who you singing with and how you blending, how you vibing. You can use your talents at certain times. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the music, you know what I mean? I'll just put it like that.
Shout out to Heritage Hip Hop for knowing something about some R&B.
Most definitely, yeah, you got some good stuff.
But the funny thing about singing is that the most celebrated singers start in church. The most eloquent and celebrated singers start in church. The most recognized singers start on the block. Let me explain myself. Back in the day, we had barbershop quartets.
Yeah.
Then, if anybody ever seen New Jack City, people would sing around the garbage can while there was a fire. Those were the early ciphers and freestyles.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it was one man. He's my favorite singer, second favorite singer. I'm sorry, my second favorite singer of all time, who some people argue is the best singer ever, and that's Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke took the church harmony and brought it to mainstream America, which is called secular music. Because Change Gonna Come is a choir, so that's a church song. If you listen to how it's structured.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I right?
You're right. It's facts. It's facts.
Right. And then behind Sam Cooke, my number one favorite singer of all time is Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye knew how to hit certain tones. And even when you hear him sing His Eye on the Sparrow, it does not change the same effect or context as not Sexual Healing. What's the other one? I wanna party. You know what I'm talking about, right? I forgot the name of the song offhand.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it's the same.
Me either, but I know.
It's the same vocal intangibles that makes the voice, the instrument, and the beat, the accompaniment to vocalism.
Yeah.
How did you find your voice So you know how to use your voice to make your songs.
Well, to be honest, I gotta give shout out to my god brother.
Yeah.
He was the one that was like singing and doing solos. I could sing and I was doing solos, but when I came to Dallas, I was a little slow. I didn't know nobody, you know. My god brother, we was about the same age, and I could sing, but he was kind of like it. In my vision, he was advanced, you know.
Okay.
So shout out to my brother Josh. When I say advanced for his age, the way he was singing at a young age, where 10, 11 years old, and he's doing exceptional runs, you know, and things like that. So like being around him, being at church, rehearsal, being in groups, it was a lot of just repetition of singing, school, church, boys choir, mass choir, group. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in all of it, so I was singing pretty much six out of 7 days of the week, to be honest. So
Okay.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yo, I mean, for me, like, I'm not really an R&B guy because I really don't think, in my opinion, I think after the 90s, a lot of R&B turned into hip hop. So we don't really get enough soul. We just get a lot of we don't get soul, we get repetition of cadence. When R&B went into cadencing, it wasn't R&B anymore.
Exactly. But you know, these days a lot of rappers claim these certain songs are R&B songs because the engineer gave them some melodics.
Right.
That's going on. The engineers are having these rappers carry their words a little bit longer with a little tone, I should say.
Trash. I think it's trash. I'm not. You don't have to say it. I'm gonna say it for you. It's trash because you know what? I remember back in the day when you had to sing, you had to come from your diaphragm and not be nasal.
Yeah, like Mr. Stockman says, from Boys to Men, you had to be butter.
Yeah.
You know, like
and like I think the same thing that happened to hip hop, which was mumble rap. Not all mumble rap is bad, but most no, you don't know what the hell they saying?
Yeah.
That's how bad R&B got when it hit cadencing, and it was not a song, it was a talking spoken word piece.
Right.
How important is it to a singer or as a singer for you to establish harmony and keep melody with harmony instead of hitting cadences and becoming a poet?
Well, you know, for me, I had a moment where I thought I was doing something wrong because of the music. I went through that, I say about 4 or 5 years ago. I was trying to adapt where my music, like you said, had the harmonies and crescendos, and it wasn't just a run through, you know what I'm saying, of a track. And you know, I exactly know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to break it down, but I'm there with you mentally, if that makes sense.
No,
I get
it.
what you're saying.
All right, so let's step back into some history. You're right now, you represent Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
See, Dallas, Texas was the gully back in the day. That was where the juke joints and the blues clubs was.
Yeah.
And that's where you used to sneak out, get a drink, and take your girl out, and you would hear somebody like BB King or you would hear somebody talk about
Down in Deep Ellum.
talk about the heart, pain, racism, what it is to be a man, life and death, relationships. That's when R&B and blues and everything, because it's rhythm and blues, that's when it came together and it talked about the heart, soul of life, being a man or woman, having to deal with the pressure of the day-to-day grind.
Most definitely.
Why do you think that's not in R&B today? Mainstream wise.
The labels have a lot to do with that. Whatever the numbers, the stats say is what they're gearing towards. It's not the talent anymore, or the exceptional songs that actually can reach someone. We get those songs here and there though, but you know what I mean. It back in the day, you had to, like you said, you had to come out with that that record, you was like, man, I'm trying to have my record compete with this one. I want that longevity, you know what I'm saying? Now it's the quick dollar, you know, and yeah, money's good, but money isn't everything. You know what I mean? And like you said, the, well, in my opinion, the labels has a lot to do with because they control the market, if that makes sense.
I
Me
do.
being, you know, I I have more leverage to do what I want to do. It's just simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So I know those artists step into those deals because of the money situation, but they don't ever get to be creative again. You know, they're not an artist anymore, in my opinion. You're
So I,
somebody's puppet.
facts. So I gotta ask you a question because in the era of popping pills and sex, no one really talks about love and anticipation, but you do. Tell me why you keep that alive in your music.
That's a good question. I think my upbringing, but the type of music that I listen to, with me singing, I listened to rap growing up, but I adapted to the R&B. You know, it was more. It just adapted to me. I really don't know. You know, I tell people all the time. You know, I done got in trouble for listening to R&B when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Not that it was a you know a bad situation. My dad, you know, he a minister. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I used to go to the dollar store. I used to get the cassette tapes, come home and record the songs off the radio. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have them. You know, new Usher, you know, new Tyrese, new Genuine, 112, Jagged Edge. That's kind of like my pool. You're hear it throughout my music as I create it over time. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much where it comes from. And one that I couldn't listen to what I want or anything like that. That's just what I vibe to be honest, as a young dude, to be honest.
That's interesting because when I listen to songs like Motion Picture,
Yeah,
once again, that's anticipation,
yeah,
not the act.
yeah.
So there's one thing I was always taught as a young man. Shout out to my uncles, rest in peace. They would say the way to woo a woman is to make love to her mind, not her body. And
Yeah,
a lot of
word.
the songs today don't talk about the mind at all. So why was Motion Picture important to you? And where did the where did the anticipation and where did the influence to make it come from?
Shout out to one of my producers, Rodney Wills. We were working on records, but we had, you know, I do a lot of chivalry songs. You'll see that about my music, but
Right.
I wanted to take my music up to another level where it stands out for the test of times. You know, that was my biggest thing because everyone uses auto tune. I use it too, but sometimes you have to show your real range, your real voice, and that was the biggest issue at that time with me making that record. I wanted to still tell my story, and Rodney wanted to get his message out too. And we kind of came together. He produced the record, kind of came together on the penmanship, and we put it out because you know he's smooth cat himself, and you know we try to, you know, treat our ladies right, let them know that, you know, there's somebody strong behind you. Not that, you know, we with all the ladies, but you know it's some good men out here, and it's still, you know, we still holding it down, and we know how to treat them. So I still try to incorporate it because, like you said, we don't hear it a lot anymore. And if we don't get those type of songs out to show the way, leave those type of messages, we'll never have those fellas show the ladies the right way as we get older. You know what I'm saying? Like when we up in age, when we 70, 80, and we see a youngster 30, he just go, you know, let her just walk in by herself. He ain't gonna open up the door. Don't talk to her crazy. However they got, you know, they doing now a little bit. So
Yeah, I mean, and that's the key because as much as I'm a hip hop head, R&B really wasn't my thing until like I got a little older to understand it. You know what I'm saying? And
most
even
definitely.
still, it still doesn't hit my heart too much because, like I said, after the '90s, it wasn't too much that really hit me. Like I think like Boyz II Men is one of the greatest groups of all time, and
Most definitely.
like Boyz II Men music today, I think would crush everybody, but there's nobody taking that step. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
then I want to ask you about certain steps that you take.
Mm-hmm.
Motion picture is about the anticipation. Bedroom music in between the sheets is about the action. Tell me about Hate Our Love and where that actually came from.
Well, Hate Our Love, that's Wingman. I actually helped him with some of his records, and
Okay.
we've been cool for a while. Between the Sheets, I work with him on a lot of records, but we kind of been working on our own thing the last couple of years. He's about to drop some things here in the near future, I believe. But that's what those records are on Bustin' Like a Uzi or whatever. We just came together to give some music to the world at that time because, like you said, there was a lot of rap going on, and we just was like wanted to give him a little wordplay, busting like a Uzi, mess with the mind. It's a gun, but it's a pink background, and we check it out. It's R&B joints on there, and then you're like, oh, busting like a Uzi. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, something sexy. That's all.
Okay, but even Me and My Team is reminiscent of that project, though.
Yeah.
So I'll listen to both, brother. I'll listen to both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Quiet Trap, Me and My Team. Yeah, I live in Dallas. You know, I grew up in Pleasant Grove and I live in Oak Cliff. You know, so everybody know what's popping in Oak Cliff these days. All over the blogs and everything. I ain't gonna talk too much into all that, but yeah, you know, that's where I live. But I was really pretty. You know, I try to give a visual, but if you listen to the words, I'm not talking about anything bad. I'm really talking about my team, and we riding, and we for each other. But like if you check out the video, it's more like some acting. But if you listen to the words, most of my music always gonna be positive. You feel me? So yeah.
I think that's what makes R&B though. What is the rhythm in R&B? Because we always know what the blues is. The blues is what life is about. But how do you define the rhythm in rhythm and blues, and how do you keep it alive?
That's a good one. For me, it's a feeling. Even when I work on songs, or if I'm trying to find some beats, or if I'm working with some guys that's working on something from scratch, it's a feeling first for me, and then I'll add the story. I have to vibe with it. Me personally, that's my way of doing it. Like, or some producer can send me some beats right now. I have to feel it. Like, and of course it has to do something to my ears, so I know the people can resonate with it too. So I have to sit on it for a little while. Sometimes I come back to beats. It might be a year or two later sometimes, and some of my producer friends, they like, say, man, what, that beat I sent y'all, like, be patient.
Yeah.
Don't rush it.
Yeah.
And some of the producers now, when I send them the song, they're like, man, that was worth the wait. I was like, yeah, sometimes you gotta mold it. And sometimes I can't come up with no verse to it right away. While I be on the road, I come up with the verse, the hook. I can't come up with that last verse. And I know I can write something, but I'm forcing it. And I already know half song is a good song. Take the easy way out, like a lot of artists do now when you listen to records, let's just be honest. Or do I sit back and I wait a while and catch that vibe, and finish that song? So I try to do that a lot of times. A lot of people get mad at me, but I got a lot of songs though. So they'll get over it.
I hate that's so let me ask you this question. Do you translate the music to the listener, or does the beat tell you what to sing?
Kind of both sometimes. Most beats don't always give off certain energy to me, or words that pop up in my head or anything like that. Sometimes when I hear a beat and a beat maker or producer make a certain sound or something, I was like, oh, I could put something with that. Or if I'm out and about and I'm having a conversation with somebody, I might hear some lingo, or somebody got into a fight, or somebody going through, and someone catch me off guard or something. I'm like, I'm gonna put that in my little notes on my phone real quick. I come back to my notes sometime and I'll just scan it. I'm like, let me get the little 2 cents right here that I put in there, and let me try to incorporate this right now. So it just depends. It depends, what I got going.
I like that you said that, because I got a real odd question for you. I don't know if anybody ever asked you this before, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Maybe they have. Salute to them if they did. Singing is the expression of God through vocal harmony, right?
Right.
Rapping is the expression of God through vocal harmony because you're putting words together. What is the biggest high that you get from expressing that comes through when you're singing?
When I get feedback sometimes about a song that I didn't think somebody feel that way about the song. When they, random, random thoughts, or, hey man, I heard that song and I like this, like that, and and if you know someone personally, sometimes you're like, man, I didn't even know they listening to nothing like that, or things like that that make me feel like I'm doing the right thing. And then you know, some of my words sometimes, and some of my songs, even some of the songs I don't have released, when people hear my songs, sometimes they cry. So that kind of lets me know, like, okay, so I know I'm telling something that's going on in the world through somebody else, and they haven't expressed it or they haven't let it out. And that's some of my personal friends, you know what I'm saying? So, and I don't think I'm the best singer, not down talking me, but we just talking about like lyrics and everyday life. And I try to express. I dibble dabble in everything though. I talk about the hurt, the pain, the racism, love, sex, turn up in the club, teamwork, dream work. It
I
don't matter. Like I said, like we was talking about, I make music about the feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Forever Heritage Hip Hop with Jay Wade, is an R&B singer who talks about everything that goes on in life. And we're going to continue what he said, because Nina Simone once said that the responsibility of an entertainer is to reflect the times that they're living in. And you have a song out right now, Walk a Mile, with John Jiggs of the Monopoly family.
Yeah.
And that video touches on a lot of the people who were killed untimely due to police brutality and other things, whether be it prejudice, racism, stereotyping, etc. Why is it important for an artist to do things like that? How much of a sellout or cop out is it, in your opinion, when people don't make songs that reflect things like that in our society?
Well, I don't think they're cop out or sell out. That might not be their lane, or they might deal with certain fears. But yeah, at the end of the day, they need to still, speak up for society in their own way, if it's not going to be through the music, but still give a helping hand, uh, get a message out or something, some type of way, if you're not going to do it in music. But with, with me, I feel like my legacy is on the line if I do reach a certain height. What did I do? Did I stay in good trouble at some time in my life, or did I just turn up and try to get money? You know what I'm saying? I preach legacy to my friends, and when I say preach, not literally in church, but like, you know what I'm saying, I preach to them, like, what you gonna leave to your family, bro? Like, I'm trying to get some land. I'm trying to, leave an estate to my family or something, where a couple of generations, like, I set you up, keep it going, not to make me shine, but the better yourself and better the ones that's gonna come after you and the ones around you. When we build together, things come out better. You know what I'm saying? And it's already going on now. So, my goal is to grow, get more money, but bring in more people to help them so they can learn whatever they're trying to do, whatever field they're in, so they can grow in that. You know what I'm saying? So got to help each other, because a lot of times I know our culture, we don't help each other. So
I beg to differ. I just think we don't know how to help each other. Here, check this out. These times that we live in, they were prophesied in the late 90s, early 2000s, when they said the real music will go underground and the machine will run the message, and we have to go to find the message. And today's message has been one about unity and self-direction rather than dependency and lack of cooperation. There's two songs I want to bring to your attention. No, let's just do one for the sake of what it is. You remember Jamiroquai?
Yeah.
I think he passed away. Rest in peace to Jamiroquai.
In peace.
He had a song called Virtual Insanity. Remember that song? There's
He
a
did.
bar in that song that goes, for now there is no sound because we all live underground. That bar is deep, because if you look at it for what it says, either there's no sound because you're dead or deaf, or there's no sound because now the underground has everything in control, while at the top there's no real sound. There's just vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Blur. It's a blur. Yeah.
It goes so many different ways. And I want to ask you 2 questions off of that. Let's go to the first one. Is the underground still alive and we call it independent music, or is there underground music that's not independent?
Both.
Explain.
To the second part, there's a lot of underground music, but a lot of artists ain't gonna try to go and get it.
Okay.
Everybody want everything handed to them. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by that both. You know, like there's a lot of good music out here, great talent too. But you know, everything is not overnight. Anything is not overnight. You know, that's for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing. Everyone feels they got the hottest record, and everybody feels they have the hottest record.
And a lot of that shit is trash. Pardon my language.
Yeah,
a lot of it's not good.
It is, and if another artist's record is hotter than the other one, they don't want to accept it, and it's no unity, is no push. But that's the underground. Everybody's starting to learn about, you know, the paperwork for us, like what deals not to sign, et cetera, and so it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's at a standstill. If you want to be an artist, you got to go get it. Like, you got to invest, you got to put some balance to your life. It's some steps. There's some steps to it, you know.
Yes,
that's
there is. So then here's the second part. If now there is no sound because we all live underground, how do we raise the sound?
It takes people like me, go city, state to state, drop USBs, start shooting out posters, doing interviews like I'm doing now. Like, I'm always writing up a game plan to kind of spread my name, my music, because, you know, CDs are gone, you know, so you gotta elevate, you know, and of course, social media, your presence. Of course, I try to stay on there, which is, I know it's boo-boo, trash. I know, I agree. I'm not one of the ones that's on there doing a lot of extra skiing and crap and you know, no shots thrown, darts, but you know,
I get it. No, I get it though.
You know, like that's unnecessary. You know, like, but you know, that's what it seems like. That's what they want. It's like, do you want the music or you want to be a clown every day? You know,
People
I go get
nosy. People are nosy. They just want to see you active.
Yeah, they want to see. Yeah, you want to see us active and want to be in our business all day. You know, it's crazy.
Facts. 1 second.
No problem.
But see, here's the thing that bothers me about all of that, though. You have people who have talent, who can rap and sing, and they have horrible beats. And then you got people with great beats, and they're being done by horrible talent. How did you find your music? How did you find your sound and know what beats to take?
Scrapping, meeting producers. You know, a couple years ago was pretty much my beginning phase of stepping out there, and I had songs sitting up. You know what I'm saying? So now I kind of understand now. More back then, it was kind of like, you know, a friend or a rapper say, "Hey, this guy, he produces. I go check him out. Hear what he has," and I listen to his beats. And a lot of times that's how I do it. Or it's very rare. I run into a producer and he has time to actually, you know, play the keys and make something from scratch or bring an instrument in is very rare right now. A lot of producers or engineers, I should say, because it's kind of a combo these days. They really don't know how to do a certain level of quality for singers, in my opinion.
Good point.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off, but you really just said something real bugged out. Because you said they don't know how to bring out the quality in the music that you need as a singer. Talk about that more. I want to hear about that.
So it's difficult. I had to learn, I couldn't just go in any studio like a rapper years ago. And I'm not saying rappers could just go in any studio, because it still takes the engineer to give you a good sound, or a great sound, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that just because an engineer says, yeah, man, I'll record, I'll get you right, that doesn't mean he knows what he's doing. A lot of engineers haven't even went to school or anything. Not saying you need to go to school to do it. But, but it's a money hustle for a lot of them. And I understand, and a lot of them want to be in the music industry, in the entertainment business, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Natural singers can come in a lot of these studios. They can't capture the actual vocals that's coming through the mic, if that makes sense. I don't give a care what they put on it. Auto tune, whispers. I don't care, reverb, because I'm, like I said, I'm a decent singer. I done brought singers to the studio. I done seen a lot of these singers live. I'm hearing the note. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing over there as an engineer is my question. A lot of times when I ask these engineers, and they're just used to recording rappers. There's so many artists that are rappers that when they do get a singer, it's frustrating for some of these engineers. I done seen them get frustrated. When I go record sometimes, we working today. They love it, but they hate it at the same time. They know what time it is. It's like, man, like working with Jay, but I'm about to be here about 6-8 hours. Yes, sir. Where wow. 2 or 3 hours, just put in anything on it, clean them up, you good to go.
I understand where you're going with that. I'm not an artist, so I haven't really gone through that too much. But I do understand what you're saying, because most people nowadays don't understand that a producer and a beat maker are two different people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then shout out to my man Jay Wonder, because he said half y'all rappers wouldn't be ish without y'all engineers. So, and that's true too.
Facts.
And the engineer is one of the most unspoken heroes in music, period.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to something that you said earlier, because I think it reflects to something that you just said. You were in the service.
Mm-hmm.
Did you travel?
Yeah, I travel a little bit.
Out of the country?
Nah.
No. Okay, so you didn't go overseas.
I got out before then. Yeah.
Military life for a man grows your independent side. It gives a man discipline, but it also gives him the awareness of the bigger picture in the bigger world. How did what you experienced and what you've seen, how did that impact your creativity to make you the singer you are?
Well, like, to be honest, the military was a stepping stone for me in my life. In high school, I was doing good in music, but I wanted to be one of the cool kids. So, I had messed up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I went to the military to set my life back on the right track, to be honest. I wasn't even focused on music at that time. I was engaged. I was going through a lot, and that's what the military was for. And it gave me structure and discipline. That it did to give me the, as I say, the turn on switch, turn my light bulb on and off when I need to, when I need to get something done. When it's time to get to it, I can get to it. Whether it's music, work, working out, or anything, it's time. It did give me that. I can't say the military did teach me that. I did do a lot of training. So it helps me in that aspect. But other than that, I didn't really even think about music when I was in the military till my last couple of years when I was trying to get out, man. I'm being honest. Like,
But it
yeah,
did though, because look at what you just said. If it wasn't for the military, you wouldn't even know how much work you had to put in with an engineer to get them to get you right.
well, yeah, that makes sense. I feel
See?
you. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it may not have introduced other sounds, but it showed you the importance of the work ethic to get something done.
right,
So
exactly.
how was Choir Trap done, and how do you know that Choir Trap has made its noise and established you as the artist that you want to be?
Well, Choir Trap was done because I live in a trap environment in Dallas. So, but I'm
Okay.
a church boy, and a lot of the rappers, it, you know, at that time, my mind was kind of small as far as like how I was thinking. Now around that time, I was trying to work with artists in my area and let them
Mm-hmm.
be afraid to work with singers because a lot of time, as I tell people a lot of times, I feel like rappers are scared or they think it's weak or soft to work with singers or something. Like their credit is going to go down sometime. I don't understand.
Really?
Yeah, where I live, yeah, yeah,
Oh.
and I live in a big city. You'll be surprised. And of course, we have a lot of R&B and rap songs. That's not what I'm saying. The new era of rappers, these young rappers, let's be honest, they don't have a lot of features with singers or singers featuring. I don't want to say any names, but you feel what I'm saying though.
Uh, brother, I can't relate, but if that's the mindset, not only is that piss poor on them,
Very.
that destroys the integrity of music. Cause I mean, I don't know, man. I'm good because a lot of the new era of hip hop I don't get into
Mhm.
because me personally, I don't like the beats. They have no soul. They're empty. They have a lot of air in them. It's hi hats and stuff like that, and there's no
Yeah.
bass line, and the bass line is off. That's not everybody because there's new era MCs I could give to you that will put you on a song and they'll be marvelous creations. Believe me.
Wow. I believe.
No, it's people who I know who have girls singing their hook still. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so if that is how Dallas is, I can't wait to hit Dallas and meet people. Cause boy, I can't wait to see you in Dallas. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get to Texas and I
Hey,
need Florida, I need Texas, I need ATL, and I need to go to Japan and Germany. I'm trying to go all over the place real soon, brother.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Jigs was just down here. He had his Madness tour was just down here. He brought me out. He had a show here in Fort Worth, here in DFW, man. So yeah, he was just down here. He got to feel a vibe, and he kind of seen some things too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, but Jesus Christ, man.
yeah. I'm telling you, the fellas, man, they tough, man. They sit there in the club with this straight face, like like ain't no ladies in there. They just hard, bro. Like this about the women right now. You know, y'all can fight later or tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm cool on all that stuff. I'm good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So let me ask you this one question before we close out the interview. Um, I think this is the most important question I haven't asked you yet for the first part of the interview. What is the number one emotion people need to get from R&B that is missing in music as a whole, from your opinion?
pain, chivalry, um, expression of words, and not being afraid to open up because as people we go through things.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, is going through things and they have to take medications and stuff, but we got to open up and listen to these songs. Some of these songs get people through things. You know what I'm saying? So that you know what I'm saying. R&B used to give that or fill that void, I should say, along with church music. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said earlier, a lot of the R&B singers, most of them come from the church. We telling a story, something we went through, and or something we seen, and letting you know it's gonna be all right, or let me put my arm around you, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? We're expressing something at all times in R&B. So yeah,
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, go check out Jay Waiters and check out his music because he really has something to say. And he talks to the anticipation of togetherness rather than the act of smacking, hitting, and then being confused because you don't know what comes next.
Right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying?
exactly.
So give me a social media so they can check you out.
Most def, most def. My social media panels are at J Waiters Music, JWAITERS Music, JWAITERS Music, J Waiters, like a waiter at your table, music, you're in there like swimwear.
And with that being said, everybody, Heritage Hip Hop does not, let me get close to the camera, we do not believe in streaming. We believe in purchasing, because if you stream your music, you're renting your music. You don't really own it. So if Jay Waiters has music that you like or that you love, we ask that you please put $1 down for a single, or put $10 down or more for the project, because not only are you showing it to him to show him appreciation, you're also showing him that you want more music. So to guarantee yourself more music that you can own, and if it's a song that really elevates your mood and puts you in a better place, please purchase that music, because you're showing not only others that he's good, but you're showing him that you believe he's good as well. You agree?
Most def, June 4th, new EP. Be on the lookout.
There you go. So you got 2 projects, one with his man, Wingman. You got Choir Trap. You got another one coming very soon. So busting like a Uzi, we going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's the first part of the interview. Now it's time for the rapid fire questions. Are you ready for the rapid fire questions?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Ooh, he's ready. So here we go. The rapid fire questions are not yes, no questions. These are questions that talk about your understanding of your genre, yourself, and music as in a whole. You ready?
Let's go for it.
What song or album from another artist perfectly describes you?
Genuine, So Anxious.
Oh, nice one. Okay. If R&B was a person, who perfectly defines R&B to you?
Marvin Gaye.
Why?
Voice, smooth, swagger, pulls energy when he comes in the room.
Okay. There's many times in R&B where a duet is like a feature in hip hop. Where in the hip hop, a feature can still, or a feature can make a song that much better. Like you got Mary J. Blige and Method Man, All I Need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or and that's a classic. Or you got I'm gonna pull you back. I'm gonna go even further. The first hip hop song that really blew up off of an R&B loop, no, an R&B song that blew up because of hip hop, was Jody Watley and Rakim, Friends.
Man.
That was the first joint, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm taking you back. Friends will let you down. Friends won't be, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take it back.
Yeah.
What's your top 5 collaborations? Whether it's a singer and a singer or a singer and a rapper. Give me 5 of them.
That's a tough one right there. For real. That's okay. I've never been asked something like this. So
welcome to Heritage Hip Hop.
Mike and McCarthy.
Okay.
Mike
Girl Is Mine.
Let me see. Avant, Kiki.
Which one?
All
of them. All right.
the one they're most known for.
My First Love. Okay.
My First Love.
Okay.
That's
a classic.
The classic duet. Man.
Got 3 more.
I'll be thinking for days. Let me see.
Just your favorites.
I listen to so much music. Yeah, I like Molly Music and Janae Aiko's new song. It was not too new. It's been out about 4 or 5 years.
Let's go. That's up there.
Contradiction. Okay. It's called Contradiction. That's a good one. That's a good record of the new era.
Okay, got 2 more.
Beyonce and Usher, if I'm not mistaken. No, Usher and Alicia Keys.
My boo.
Boo.
Okay, that's 4.
A hell of a record.
1 more. You got 1 more.
Let me see. I gotta give Bow Wow and Omarion some love. JD sampling Luther. Let Me Hold You. That record was fire. That record was.
And on that note, I'll let you wear that one. Good on that one.
I'm talking about far as like the whole culture, the new era,
Look,
old, and bringing everybody together.
that's your list. You got nothing to explain. That's dope. That's your list. Everybody out there watching, get on his level and hit that list and tell us what you think in the comments below. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Next question. What's the most important instrument besides your voice in R&B music?
Instrument?
Yep, instrument.
Besides the voice, it's the words.
The words. So the words is more of an instrument?
Yeah. Words are power. Words are power.
Okay. So in hip hop, we praise the lyricists. Who do we praise in R&B? Because the songwriter is one of the most uncelebrated people, just like the engineer. Because if we did a songwriter Hall of Fame, which they do now, they do mostly, Smokey Robinson is the undisputed R&B champion.
Legend.
So
music and videos, you know.
So here's my thing. You said the words. In hip hop, like I said, we celebrate the lyricists. How do we celebrate the wordplay in R&B? Help me understand that.
So in wordplay, it's a delivery, not necessarily vocally, but how you're presenting the song to the people, how you're pushing it on the people. Because in rap, it's difficult to explain, in my opinion. In rap, I'm not saying no one's rapping or any type of speed or anything like that, but they're getting their message out too. But a lot of rappers don't know how to deliver what they're trying to deliver, I should say. Whereas in singing, we sometimes do repeat some things, but we're trying to get our message across. So I think with R&B, sometimes not all songs, but 60%, in my opinion, is a repetitive message that we're trying to get across.
That's dope. Cause see, I never had anybody break down R&B like that to me before. Cause that was interesting what you said. Shout out to the people who know how to inflect words and bring feelings out of syllables and techniques of harmony. Yeah. You know, because that's what we give Biggie Smalls. Shout out to the Notorious B.I.G. Rest in peace. Yeah, that's what we give him credit for. Because when he rhymed, he knew how to harmonize certain words. You know, blow up like the World Trade. You know, that line right there, like, how he would use his voice. You know what I'm saying? Dang, that's deep what you said, because that made me think of Biggie a little bit more. Something's in between, and then you singing, all right. Yeah. My favorite vocalization in R&B was either Marvin Gaye, Sad Tomorrows. You know the song?
Okay. Yeah.
That's incredible. Michael Jackson 5, Looking Through the Windows. Classic. And let's put a lady in here. Who? No, not. I see. Minnie Riperton would be too easy. But we could put Minnie Riperton so much. Nah, let's go deep. Lisa Fisher. How can I ease the pain? Yeah. See your face? See? That's what I'm talking about. Now we're talking about vocal inflection right now,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
For MC, it's double entendres, double meanings, and wordplay. How could you compare that, the vocal inflection, to a hip hop term?
Man, that's deep. Okay. How can I compare it to a hip hop term? Okay, the delivery is a big, in my opinion. Of course, you know, the lyrics have been written for the story, but the writer or the person that's rapping really has to be in tune with the actual record, the beat, in my opinion. And you have to give the beat what is given you, in my opinion. With rap, with rap, that's how I see it.
That's dope. See, that's why Jay Waders is somebody that y'all need to know, because he could bring the coaches together. So make sure you check out Choir Trap out right now on all DSPs and also in stores. Purchase the music. All right.
Please
I got
do.
3 more questions to ask you. Then history has been made. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Here's one question: if you had the opportunity to do your dream song, who would be on the song with you? Who would produce it? Dead or alive? No restrictions.
Man, Prince,
Mm,
and I'll let him produce it,
classic.
and I'll shut the hell up.
Okay, okay. I'm feeling that. So you're singing and Prince is doing the Prince is doing the production and the singing as well.
Yeah, we all together on the record, but he'll be in control, and I think we'll make a dope record, because he's gonna bring out all parts of you just to try things with the record. If you know, if people done research on Prince, that's what he did. That's what he does. You know, he tries everything: guitar, piano, sing, noises, screaming. Not necessarily screaming, but screeching, I should say.
Yeah,
But
hey.
you know what I mean. He's trying to get a certain sound. He's trying to deliver a certain message. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely Prince.
I'm gonna go off side note. You know how hard it is to interview some people sometimes? I have a phone full of notes with mad questions, and we only got to like this many. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make sure we get everything in that order to the best of our ability due to time constraint. You know what I'm saying? So my next question, because I said I had 3 more. This is the second to last question. Is this? I usually ask people what region has the best music, but R&B is different. R&B is not regionality. R&B is about experience. So what is the experience that makes the best R&B? Joy or pain?
Pain.
Why?
It seems to touch souls more, in my opinion. Nothing wrong with joy, but a lot of times when people are happy, they get stagnant, in my opinion. A lot of people don't know how to accept the joyous occasion and keep striving for more sometimes. I know that's kind of off a little bit, but to me, it kind of matches up a little bit with the joy and pain of music.
Okay.
Pain, the pain, you know, to get you through.
I like how you said that, because most people don't know love, but everybody knows some type of pain in their life.
Right.
And that's dope that you put it that way, and I appreciate that answer. Before we finish out the interview, how'd you like your interview so far? How do we do, brother? Tell everybody.
Man, dope. You made great questions. Awesome energy. It's up for sure.
Hey, so everybody out there, make sure you subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop. Make sure if you watching this, please click that like button and click the share button, but also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because interviews like this are all we do, and we put on great shows, and we make history at every interview that we have. And every artist, including yourself, sir, we have an open door policy. If you ever want to come back, hey man, come back. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to the final question, which is the most important question of the first interview. All right. The final question is this. In Texas, they're going to have a Music Hall of Fame, right? Maybe they do now. I don't know. You could educate me on that. and there's gonna be a wall like this that say Heritage Hip Hop,
Mhm.
but it's gonna say Jay Waiter's music, right?
Mhm.
500 years from now, somebody's gonna go to that wall and be like, "Who the hell was Jay Waiters?" Right?
Right.
They're gonna push this red button right here that looks black on my TV, and then your hologram is gonna pop out, and they're gonna play your music, and your music is gonna be introduced to new ears 500 years from now. My most important question in the first interview is, what is the legacy you left behind that made the world better because you made music?
The message, each one of my songs are different, in my opinion. Not saying that it'll get you through everything in life, but you'll be able to relate to something. And sometime in your life, you'll be able to play that song. It doesn't matter what race.
And with that being said, separation only comes from your wicked heart. Think about that, because music brings everybody together. Because everybody likes to dance, everybody likes to feel good, everybody likes to feel wanted, and everybody loves to be loved. So let's bring more love to the table and appreciate each other's gifts, talents, and the territories they're in, instead of separating and making life not what God intended it for it to be. We are meant to be together, not separated by jealousy, hatred, envy, and lust. And music calms the savage beast by bringing love to the table. With that being said, this is Karev of Heritage Hip Hop with my man, Choir Trap, out right now by Jay Waiters. Go get that. And we send love to the table and to the eardrums and everything out there for you to feel. And we say peace, and we out.
Peace. Salute, Karev.
Thank you for watching our presentation. We ask that you subscribe to our YouTube family and hit the notification bell for updates. Please like, comment, and share this video.